Welcome! Today we're going to learn about some balance. I was just reading up on it. Hey, my name is Kyla. You can call me Coach Kai, former collegiate athlete and ninja coach, and I want to show you today whether you just like to learn, you want to hang out, or you want to utilize this to become a better ninja warrior. Today, balance can help you. I'm going to give you 7 tips on how to become better at balance. You can skip through the tips in the description below, and if this is any value to your life at all, hit that subscribe button and stay tuned or skip to the end if you already know all the balance stuff, where I challenge you to go on Instagram and do your own balance challenge. Check out mine. There's a hashtag you need to leave, and we'll see who has the best balance. First, we want to make sure our shoes are nice and tight. Tip number 1, tighten up your shoes nice and tight, because if you do not, your feet will be moving around inside of your shoes, creating more movement, easier to fall, and it's kind of like wobbly wheels or something. It's just not good. Tighten them up, strap them up. Once you get them tightened up, laced up, or strapped up if you have those nice strap shoes, then we're going to move into standing on a pipe or a board. Find something to balance on. Right now, I found this handy dandy pipe. Tip number 2, be patient with yourself as you warm up. Remember, it takes a hot second for your balance to warm up. If you don't like the stretch, like many people out there, I see that hand. See, it's not because I'm bad at balance, it's because I'm warming up. Your muscles need to get warmed up just like any other exercise that you might need to warm up. Your muscles need to warm up for balance just like they would running or anything else. If you don't like the stretch, just get on there and you'll feel it. You'll feel yourself be tight. You'll be like, oh, I'm off. If you get up there and get wobbly and fall off or slip off, it's completely normal because you wouldn't go sprinting before you warmed up. But then as you get going, you start to feel the balance. As you're warming up, you'll get more and more stable. So be patient with yourself because you're actually a little bit better than you think. Just let them get warmed up. Number 3 is stability from the ground up. If when you're first starting off you don't have much balance at all, what you can do, get something lower to the ground than this so you don't have as far to go, or put your foot on something beside it like this and just get as much on there as possible and then bring it off. And so that it's a small movement that starts you, and then you can go from there. You want to start with balance. You don't want to try and catch your balance after you get started. And we're going to start with our foot in a line with the object. If you're going to work on like parkour and free running stuff where you're jumping onto pipes and things, you would actually come and practice this at this direction. But for this, we're starting at basic, getting ourselves better at balance, getting stable, because it's going to build into every other ninja type movement that we'll ever need. So we're starting at the ground, very stable. We don't want very many movements. We want to be very still. Tip number 4, slow and steady movements are the key. You don't want to be moving quickly on your balance. You want to be stable and move slowly when you make your adjustments. If you need to correct, you don't want a dramatic movement. The big movements will throw you off more so, especially if you're not aligned. So we laced up our shoes tight, or strapped them, or duct taped them if you don't have either of those. Then put our foot in a line with the pipe, stand up on it, and start stable. Which leads into tip number 5. If you're going to counterbalance, you want to use your arms and feet. Do not use your core, do not use your hips, do not use your waist. You want to stay stable there, mostly just moving your arms and legs. Counterbalancing. A lot of times people think to keep their arms straight out, but it actually takes longer to move and you have more moving parts. Now, sometimes it's nice to have a wide space, so I like spreading my leg out, my arms out, and really covering lots of ground. However, if your arms are in tighter, you can move them quicker, and a lot of people find that more easier to balance. I love the leg here. A lot of times I don't use my arms much, they stay in tight, so I don't have extra moving parts. And then my leg, I will go behind here in the classic bowler stance, as has been adopted, or back here, and my hips stay over here. Counterbalance with your arms and feet, not your hips. Actually, a huge thing, I'd say this is an insert, but if you're doing this and you hate it, get off, change your mindset. Tip number 6, choose to love balance, and anything for that matter. If you want to improve on something in life, so much easier to improve on it when you choose to love it. Don't get too ahead of yourself trying to get where you're going. Recognize that the best way to get where your goals are, the best way to get where you're going is to do your best right now.
Oh, that left leg's warming up.
And the way to do your best is to own it. Own it with how you are putting forth the proper effort, but own it even more so when you love what you're doing. Then you won't be too eager to get to the next step. You'll be able to enjoy where you are right now.
You're gonna get probably 22.5 times better if you're enjoying it than if you weren't. Science.
So love this moment, love balance. You're gonna get better so much faster when you love and just enjoy the process where you're at right now.
Have fun feeling your muscles and around your knees warm up. Have fun with the hoop. Have fun feeling your hips warm up. Have fun feeling your body constantly adjust and try to find that balance, because the more you do this, the more stable you'll be, the healthier you'll be. There's a lot of balance type drills like this that people do for therapy to strengthen their knees, ankles, their joint. I worked at an indie park for 1.5 years and I didn't have any knee injuries, and I was doing crazy stuff without even warming up sometimes, and I bet you it's because I did lots of balance and lots of different training to help myself stay healthy. So, in recap, make sure your shoes are laced up tight, stand up on a pipe, start slow, little movements. When you get more and more comfortable, you will be more stable. You'll have less movement. When you get to this part, you're probably warmed up, probably having fun, you're feeling like you get better. Set a timer, see how long you can go, and don't forget to do both feet. Make it a challenge between the feet. See if your weaker foot can balance as long as your other foot, and because balance takes focus, I would do it a couple of times. That's my favorite one. All right, that's it.
So here's the game. You have to balance on one foot. The thing that you are balancing on has to be less than half the width of your shoe. So if your shoe is about this wide, it's gotta be half the width. For my foot, that's not a big deal. If you're not an adult, if you're still a teenager or you have really small feet, don't be too strict about it. No one's gonna be picky unless you're standing on like a really square wide thing. It doesn't matter the surface. It can be round, it can be square, but the foot that's not balancing cannot touch any part of the object or the ground. So if you wanted to use the foot that's not on the object balancing to put that foot on your knee or your shin, you could do that if you find that easier. You just cannot put it on the actual object or on the ground. You're gonna see how long you can go in time. Another rule, you cannot change your direction more than 90 degrees. So if your foot is forward, you cannot move more than this. Meaning, if you're facing north, you're not allowed to even get past east or west, and you definitely can't turn all the way back to south. You have to stay facing north and either northwest or northeast. You can't go all the way east or all the way west. You must stay facing that direction. You're also not allowed to hop. No hopping. You can move your weight inside your shoe, like you can move your foot, but you can't jump, you can't change the direction, you can't use your other foot. You have to stand there and balance as long as you can. Whoever has the longest time will get what will they get? We'll get a B in my next video. There you go. We'll get a B in my next YouTube video coming up about whatever that person wants to do the video about, partnered with something I was already going to do. We'll go collaborate if they want to. If they don't want to be in the video, then I'll just utilize their ideas and put their ideas into play. That's a great idea. I like it. Cool. Hashtag FOOTBC on Instagram. FOOTBC. Actually put the number 1 and then spell out foot. And then put B for balance, C for challenge. 1 foot balance challenge, 1 FOOT BC, hashtag 1 FOOT BC. Let's do this thing and let's see how long we can balance. Hey there. Thanks for watching this video. Hopefully got better at balance. And for more videos on balance or ninja stuff, click here. That's all. 1. Hey! I literally drive down the road and I'm like, I have these ideas. I'm like, oh, don't remember my steps. They were great though. Step 1, be happy. Step 2, friends. Yeah. I don't have a hot tub. Diagrams will, I don't know. I'll do a video on that sometime. It will help you become healthier and more successful, whether you're trying to become a better ninja or just more balanced in your regular daily life activities. Yeah.